Tammy Williams with Kelowna Now, and joining me is Kelsey Surwa, and you are the spokesperson for a new clinic in town. Talk about that clinic.
Yeah, so the BrainTrust Concussion Clinic is centralized around children and youth who sustain concussions, but it's essentially providing them a treatment plan from the time of incident all the way through until they're able to go back to school and back to sport.
And in the press conference that we just had, you told quite a story about your own concussion, and I think what most folks were remarked by was the fact that you took yourself out of place, so to speak, once you realized that you may have done some damage.
Absolutely, and you know, communication is so important at every level. On the part of the athlete, the child, the youth, to communicate that maybe they hit their head. But it's also about increasing knowledge for our coaches and parents to be able to recognize some of the signs and symptoms.
So it's been about a year and a half that we've been preparing for today for our official launch, really through a critical gap. And I call it my aha Google moment, where I Googled, my child had the concussion, what do I do? And I got tons of education and information, but there was absolutely nobody that was offering a service where you could call and they could guide you step by step through the process to recovery. I think it's important because 20% of kids playing a sport during any given year will have a concussion, and it's one of those invisible injuries that could go unrecognized or unnoticed, and it's really important for your brain to heal so that you can get back to school and play as quickly and safely as possible.
Well, my specialty, I'm an emergency physician by specialty. My involvement in concussion has evolved through participation in minor hockey. Over the last 10 years, a physiotherapist colleague and myself created a protocol for Kelowna minor hockey, and then it's evolved into a much broader sphere where multiple hockey teams and groups are involved that I provide medical oversight with. Youth are at higher risk for concussion than other age groups, and they take longer to recover when they're concussed. If it's untreated, unrecognized, it can be prolonged and influence all aspects of their life. So for them to enter into a structured program with a standardized approach to care, it leads to a more predictable return and the ability at the end of it all to say you're safe to return to all your normal activities.
The clinic is housed right now out of BrainTrust Canada, which is just down the street here on Ellis. And right now it's a one-room clinic, and it's pretty basic. It's calm. We didn't want anything bright and crazy going on in there, just so that when the patients come to the room, they're feeling at ease and relaxed, and we can get through that assessment and get them on the path to starting to feel better. We are up and running, fully ready to go. This is really exciting because we can get a little bit more of the word out to the community, coming into hockey season and ski season and all of those sorts of things where the potential for an athlete to sustain a concussion is a little bit higher. So we do offer online referral for the clinic, as well as simply just calling into the clinic. So if the families have a preference, if it happens to be late at night on a Saturday night after a hockey game or something, they can just go online and fill out the registration form, and then we'll get back to them right away.
It's quite an honor to be involved with the BrainTrust Concussion Clinic. It's a field that there's high demand. I mean, we're not saying that people should sit inside and not be active. Absolutely go out and participate in every sport imaginable. We just want to give people the resources so if an incident does happen, we're able to give them the best opportunity to fully recover.